All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. And the elect begins with the 144,000. YAHAWAH, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jehovah. BAHASHAM is in the name. YAHAWASHI, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The Rakakwadashi is the Holy Spirit. I'm the brother YAHAWAH with the GM in Chicago, branch out here in Chicago. Come back at you with another lesson. And Lord willing, I hope this lesson be edifying to the hopeful righteous elect, the ones of the household of faith. You know, just a response video to these bugged out individuals of the one body. As you see, the YouTube handle is one body Dallas Israelites. And as you can see, the title, it says, "Give me 2 or 3 precepts that Esau is the white man. Let's weigh the fire." And I'm going to give more than 2 to 3 precepts proving that the so-called white man is in fact the biblical Edomites, you know? And we can see that by the way who's ruling the earth today, and you know the characteristics that they fit, you know, and who's, you know, like I said, who's in rulership, you know, in the last days, you know, because we know that YAHAWASHI, you know, is going to return with in a world, you know, ruled by the Edomites, you know. So we're going to jump into it, man, proving that the so-called white man, you know, are the biblical Edomites, man, you know. Let's just jump straight into it. This is the book of Genesis 25, and we're going to start at 22. We're going to start at 21. It says, "And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. It says, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord." Right, so Rebekah went to inquire of a prophet, you know, of YAHAWASHI, you know. It says, "And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger." Right, it says 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, meaning what? You know, they're gonna have, you know, differences, you know, once you know, they're gonna have differences, you know, one nation is gonna be different from the other. It says, "And the elder shall serve the younger." It says, "And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau." Right. So this first child that came out, you know, being Esau, you know, came out red. You know, he looked different, you know, from the rest of the people, you know. It says, "And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel," which is symbolic of what? You know, of Esau going down. Who's going to take down Esau? YAHAWASHI. It says his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 3 score years old when she bare them. And right, why didn't it mention Jacob's complexion? Because what? He was like the other people when he came out. But far as Esau, it says the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau because what? Esau lacked that pigmentation, man, that melanin. You know, so Esau looked different than everybody else. You know, everybody else was of color, and Esau was the only one that came out red. You know, the blood showing forth through his skin. And I just basically, you know, found this picture on Google. You know, who's the only people, you know, to that blood shows through their skin, man? The so-called white people, which are the biblical Edomites, man. You know, I just basically typed in white people, red, and sun, and you can see it, man. If I'm just scrolling down, you can see, you know that the blood is being shown forth through their skin, man. You know, they're red. You know, they're not white. You know, because the term white came through. What's that? 1681. You know, but let's go back to that Genesis. This is the book of Genesis 25, and I'm gonna read 25 again. It's in the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 3 score years. Salaki, it says, and Isaac was 3 score years old when she bare them. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Right. Another characteristic, of the so-called white people, fitting the description of Esau Edom, man, because if you look at, the things that white people, love to do in this society, what do they love to do, man? They know, they love to hunt, everything far as hunting, man. They know how to, cover themselves in deer piss, when you see them in the fields, basically hunting different animals, man. They know how, to basically cover their scent. You could just look, just type in on YouTube, man, these different hunters, these different explorers, man, Esau Edom, man, the self-proclaimed white man, being the man of the field, man, how they hunt certain animals, the tactics that they use to hunt certain animals, covering themselves in deer piss. These are the things that Esau Edom, do, when they're hunting animals and things like that. He's a man of the field. Esau, is that's the things that these so-called white people love to do, man. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And another thing, man, a lot of these white people, they love to, explore, mountain climbing, like I mentioned, hunting and things like that. They're experts at hunting, how to hunt animals, covering themselves in deer piss, all types of things. This is a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, right? Because if you look at Jay, what do Jake always say, man? I'm going to chill, It says, verse 28, it says, Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his vision. He did eat of his vision, but Rebekah loved Jacob. It says, and Jacob saw a pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Right. So this is basically going into the to the blessing, how Jacob ultimately supplanted Esau for that blessing, man. And another way we can know that the so-called white man, is Esau Edom, the Edomites, is by the way of their blessing, man. Let's actually get that. This is the book of Genesis 27 and 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, because ultimately, if you kept reading that Genesis, the 25th chapter, man, how ultimately, Jacob supplanted Esau, of that blessing, man, and ultimately, that blessing was going to go to Jacob anyways. But let's continue. Verse 39, it says, and Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Right, let's continue. Verse 40 says, by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right, and that's how we know, the so-called white man today fits the description of the Edomites, man, by the way of his sword, man, who goes around these different lands, killing, the inhabitants of the land and taking their resources, man. Esau Edom, and just to prove that, let's get this. It's the book of Revelation 6 and 4, a precept to that Genesis 27 chapter, which I read. This the book of Revelation 6 and 4, says that there went out another horse that was red, talking about Esau Edom, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, right? Because who is taking peace from the earth right now, man? The people in rulership. Who's in rulership today? Let's get that. That Job 9 and 24. I'm going to go back to this Revelations 6. But let's get this. Job 9 and 24. Because who's ruling the world today, man? Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. That's how we know that they're the biblical Edomites, man. Let's get this. This is the book of Job 9 and 24. Because we know that YAHAWASHI is going to make his second return in a world, ruled by the Edomites. And who's in rulership right now, man? The so-called white man. This is the book of Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And right, Esau Edom, the Edomites, the self-proclaimed white race, they're the wicked, explained in the Bible, man, according to the Bible. Let's read that again. Job 9 and 24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, who's in rulership right now, man, passing all these unrighteous decrees. That's Isaiah the 10th chapter, man. Woe to him that created unrighteous decrees, man. Who's passing these different wicked laws and things of that nature, man? The Edomites. the sepulchre white man. Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Right? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Who did that? The sepulchre white man. Who are the Edomites, man? Going back to the time of the Renaissance, let's actually get that. Malachi 1:4. This is the book of Malachi 1:4 says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI of hosts. And ultimately that happened during the Renaissance, period, man. When Esau Edom got back into power, the sepulchre white man, he began, Renaissance means rebirth. He began to destroy the dark-skinned images and set himself up, as the world will know today, Jesus Christ, man. Paying over, as I read in that Job 9:24, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Who was doing this, man? The Edomites, the sepulchre white race. It says, where Edom said, we are impoverished, but we return to build the desolate places, right? That happened during the Renaissance period. You had Jake ruling for 1,000 years, during the Dark Ages. They was ruling, a lot of people was ruling Europe and things like that. You had Esau Edom, the sepulchre white man, and the caves. But ultimately what? As I read that Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. YAHAWASHI gave this devil, dominion and rulership over the world. It says, we will return to build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Right. Esau Edom, the Edomites, are the wicked, according to the Bible. It says, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever, right? That righteous anger, man. So let's go back to that Revelation 6. And we're going to get that Obadiah also. This is the book of Revelation 6:4. It says, there went out another horse that was red. Esau Edom, the sepulchre white man. As I read in that Genesis, the 25th chapter, man, the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, right? His blessing, man. Genesis, the 27th chapter, man, by thy sword thou shalt live. And who fits that description today, man? The sepulchre white race, being the Edomites, man. Their technology, their missiles, their nuclear capability, the gun, their different instruments of war, It says, power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they shall kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Exactly right. And let's go back to that Malachi. Because what? They shall call him the border of wickedness. Read this again. This is the book of Malachi 1:4 says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return to build. So like it said, we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord YAHAWASHI of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Because everywhere the so-called white man goes, who are the Edomites, they spread their what? Philosophy, their witchcraft, their democracy, and it causes other lands to, to their way of living to be destroyed. And the people against whom the Lord YAHAWASHI shall have indignation forever. Right, that righteous anger, man. Let's get this Obadiah, because it's many scriptures to prove, the so-called white man, the white race are the Edomites, man. Let's get this. This is the book of Obadiah 1:1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith YAHAWASHI concerning Edom. It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord YAHAWASHI, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise, she, and let us rise up against her in battle. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. It says, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, heart going back to the mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right. So just look at these, the way that, America is built, man. These different high skyscrapers and things of that nature, man. Reminding, these Edomites, of the mountains, the white race of the mountains. Because if you look at, I'm from Chicago. If you look at, downtown Chicago, it look like, if you look at from afar, it looks like a big cave system, man. Just to basically show you, who the Edomites are, man. These so-called white people. It says, thou It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And right, when did that happen, man? When Esau Edom, set up his space station, in outer space, man, his satellites, It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, man. Just look at this. I have searched this up on Google. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, man. That symbol was what? The symbol of Greece, the symbol of Rome, and what? The symbol of America, man. And this is the so-called white man's MO. And all those different those different rulerships were ruled by the Edomites, the self-proclaimed white man. Greece, you have Rome, and you have what? You have America. And what was their symbol, man? The eagle. There's many scriptures to prove, that the so-called white race, are the Edomites, man. It's let's get this. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Because like I mentioned before, man, YAHAWASHI is coming back to a world ruled by the Edomites. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. Right, the account I read back in Genesis, the 25th chapter, man. How Jacob and Esau were born. How Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment, man. It's referring back to Genesis, the 25th chapter. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right, because ultimately what? YAHAWASHI is coming back to a world ruled by the Edomites. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. And what? Who's ruling this world right now? The Edomites. And who are the Edomites? The self-proclaimed white man. We know he's what? We know that they are the Edomites because what? They fit biblical prophecy, man. The things that's happening in the world today, man. As I read in the Genesis, the 27th chapter, man. By the sword thou shalt live. They shall call them the border of wickedness, as I read in that Malachi 1:4, man. Who fits, that description, man? The so-called white man, of being the Edomites. I'm going to read this again. It's the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, right? Because this is Esau's world right now, man. Soon to be, soon to be destroyed. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? So the people that currently, rule the world right now are the Edomites. And who are the Edomites, man? The white race, But the point has been made, man. More than 3 precepts, that you can prove, that you can pull, basically proving that the white race are the Edomites. So Lord, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to end off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the 4 corners of the globe. Lord, I hope this lesson was edifying. Till next time, Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.